Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you've decided to join me today. Today's class, we are doing a lower body yoga flow, where we're going to really focus on hip mobility and hip movements. Now, before we get started, make sure you hit that like and the subscribe buttons down below. That really helps me out. Now go ahead and roll out your mat and let's hop into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. We are going to begin today's class down on our mats, making our way to a Shavasana. Flat to the floor with our legs out in front. We can bring the hands to the abdomen or alongside our hips. We'll close the eyes and take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll allow the mind to start to slow down. Allow ourselves to be here in this moment. And let everything else fade to the background for now. Allow the body to relax and soften towards the floor. As we start to notice how we are feeling physically in our body, as well as emotionally today. Now, when you feel ready, we'll start to walk the bottoms of the feet in towards the hips, so we can really lower the whole of the back down to the floor. And then we'll heel toe the feet towards the outer edges of the mat and find a little windshield wipering back and forth. We're going to start real slow with this movement. Really dropping both knees over to one side, picking them up and pressing them down towards the other. And now we can speed up our movements a little, if that feels good to you and your body today. We'll bring the knees back up towards the ceiling and heel toe the feet in line with the hips. We'll pick up our left leg and point the toes up towards the ceiling. Now maybe circle that ankle around in one direction and around in the other, wiggling out. Now with that left leg about halfway down the shin, we will drape it across our right knee, pressing the left knee away from us. We'll use the hands to grab for the right thigh or the right shin, and we'll gently pull the legs into the chest. Now we can find a little movement here if we'd like, maybe rocking side to side. Or we can use our left elbow to press the left knee a little further away from us as we pull in on the right leg. From here, we're going to move to a laying pigeon pose by grabbing for our left knee with our left hand, and our right arm will bring either to the bottom of the foot, or we can wrap it in towards the elbow and use our forearms to hold our left leg towards our body. Now we can drop our right foot down to the floor or extend the right leg all the way out as we gently pull the left leg in towards the chest. Now again, we can find a little movement here, rocking side to side, or cradle rocking the hip side to side. With our right hand, we'll slowly let go of the leg and bring the left knee a little closer to the chest. We'll let go of that left leg and take the left foot towards the outer edge of our mat. Now finding an internal rotation to the leg, to our left hip, we'll drop the knee in towards the center of the mat, towards our right leg. And we'll gently press down through that left knee. We'll extend the arms out to a T shape, reaching wide with the collarbones, reaching wide with the fingertips. And we're going to make a movement like we're drawing back a bow. With our left hand, we'll take it along our chest, reach it past our right fingertips as our back and shoulders leave the mat. And then we'll draw back our bow string, sliding the left hand along our right arm and back out to our left side. We're going to continue this movement for a few seconds, few moments, as we find a gentle twisting motion with our upper spine and neck. We'll make our way back to our T arms and slowly pick up the left knee. Now we'll walk it in slightly, so it's not straight out in front of the hip, but it is a little bit closer to our right leg. With an inhale, we'll make our way to seated, and our exhale will help us forward fold towards that right leg. Now, if your left knee is totally in your way and you feel like you're stuck in your hips, you can drop that left knee out of your way to help with that fold. And we're going to pause here and bring our attention back to the breath. With our inhales reaching long through the top of the head. Exhale will soften into the space that our breath was as we bring ourselves a little closer to our right leg. Now, starting at the base of the tailbone, we'll drop the chin to the chest and roll one vertebrae up past the next as we ragdoll back up. Good. Grabbing for our left leg, we'll hug it to the chest as we slowly rock back down to the floor. Give that left knee a nice big squeeze into the body. And we'll set that left foot down. We'll pick the right leg up and reach the toes to the ceiling. Maybe wiggling out the toes, maybe pointing and flexing. And like we did with our other side, about halfway down our shin, we'll cross over our left knee. Gently press the right knee a little further away from the body. We'll use the hands to grab for our left leg as we pull both legs into the chest. And we'll start moving to that laying pigeon pose. Our right hand will come to our leg. Our left arm will wrap around, hugging the side of our shin into the chest. We can drop our foot straight down, or we can take it out in front. Now we can find a little rocking side to side of just the hip or of the whole body. We'll slowly let go of our foot as we bring that right knee a little closer to the chest. Give it a nice big squeeze into the body. And we'll let go of the leg, stepping that right foot towards the outer edge of our mat. And we'll find our internal hip rotation by dropping the knee in towards our left leg, towards the center of our mat. Gently press down through that knee. Now we'll take the arms out to our T shape. And like we're drawing for an arrow, reaching the right arm over to our left arm, reach past the end of the left fingertips. Draw the arm back and across towards our T shape. And we'll move back and forth at whatever pace feels right to you as we find this gentle twisting motion. And we'll move back to our T-shaped arms, gently picking up and unrotating our right leg. We'll step it in about a half step, a little closer to our left leg. With our inhale, we'll sit our way up. Exhale, forward fold. Now keep in mind we can drop that right knee over to our side out of our way, or we can keep it up. Refinding that breath. With an inhale, we'll lengthen out through the top of the head. Exhale, hinging forward, softening into that space. We'll ragdoll our way back up, slowly rolling up the spine, lifting head and neck last. We'll grab for our right leg, hug it into the chest as we roll back on our mats. Slowly dropping the right knee down. We'll bring our left leg back up as well, resetting through the spine. So finding a nice straight alignment, dropping the lower back all the way down to the floor. Now we'll lengthen our left leg up to the ceiling, and we're going to bring it across our right leg, this time tucking our right knee into the crook of our left knee. So we're bringing knees in nice and close together. We'll place our right arm out in front of our body, fingertips point to the back of our mat, and we're going to swoop our left arm underneath. Now, if we can bring crooks of elbows together, that's great. We can put the backs of the hands together from there, or the fronts of the hands together from there. Or we could place the hands on the shoulders if finding that rotation through the shoulders is a little more difficult while laying on your back. From here, if we can tuck our left toes around, we'll do so. And if not, we'll keep the legs cemented or squeezed in together. From here, we'll find some eagle crunches as we draw our knees up and our elbows in, bringing knees and elbows together. And then lowering back down. Coming in together. And back down. We'll do 3 more like this. Squeezing in towards our center, lift the legs, lift the upper back. Now we'll lower down. Good. We'll untwist the arms, reach them out nice and wide. And then we'll move to a cactus, pointing the fingertips towards the back of the mat as we squeeze the shoulder blades in so we can be long across the collarbones. Now keeping the legs how they are, either squished together or with our left toes wrapped around the back of our right leg, we're going to find a gentle twist as we drop our stack of legs over towards our right side. Now we can keep the eyes up to the ceiling, or we can move our eyes over to the left side of our mat. Gently pressing down through the shoulders. And we'll start untwisting. Taking our knees back up to the ceiling. Pick the left leg up and drop it down. We'll wiggle out a little bit. Maybe windshield wiper the legs. Or extend them long, or pick up the hips and move them around. And we'll take the knees back up to the ceiling as we pick up our right leg. We'll bring our knees in together as we stack the legs, squeeze them in tight. And we'll bring our left arm out in front of the chest. Swoop the right arm underneath, bringing crooks of elbows together. And we could bring the hands to the shoulders or wrap the arms in together. We'll find a couple of those crunches again with our eagle arms and legs. Lifting and curling into center, bringing elbows and knees together. And then we'll lower apart. Into center. And lower apart. We'll do 3 more. And we'll drop back down, reaching the arms out wide. And then moving to our cactus arms, pressing down through the elbows as we slowly lower our stack of legs over to our left side. Again, eyes can stay straight up to the ceiling, or we can move our eyes over to our right side. twisting again as we bring our right hip back down to the floor and our knees up to the ceiling. We'll untwist the legs and find a little more wiggling out. From here, we're going to make our way to standing. So we can either drop both legs over to one side, roll to that side and press up from there. Or we can grab knees into chest and find a rock and roll forward and back until we can pop up onto our feet. Moving to our Tadasana, our mountain pose. We'll bring feet underneath of knees, lift the shoulders up to the ears, work them back and down the spine, pinky fingers pull forward. And we'll gently draw our chin back to stack the top of the head over the spine. We'll close the eyes as we drop the shoulders a little further away from the ears. And take a few deep breaths. With our next inhale, we'll reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale to cactus the arms, pull shoulder blades into the spine so we can be long across the chest. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive the chest forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Now we'll wiggle out some more here in our forward fold. We can pedal out the legs, adding a bend to one, then straighten the other, back and forth. Or you can find a sway to the upper body. Inhale for a halfway lift. Reach long with the top of the head. Exhale to fold. Drop the top of the head to the floor, and we'll bring chin a little closer to the chest. As we ragdoll up the spine, rolling very, very slowly from the lower spine all the way up, and lifting the head and neck last. We'll find a few shoulder rolls at the top of our lift as we make our way to the top of the mat. With an inhale, reach tall to the ceiling. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down, and we'll step the feet back, moving to our plank pose. Press down through the ends of the fingers, and we can drop the knees from here, or we can keep them up as we shift forward and chaturanga to lower to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Keep your eyes straight down for this first one. Exhale, soften the chest. We'll tuck the toes, press the hips up and back, down dog. Pedal it out or swivel the hips. We'll extend our left leg back behind the body and bring knee to chest as we shift forward and step our left foot to the top of our mat. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. We'll drop our right knee down to the floor. With an inhale, lift the upper body, reach the arms up to the ceiling, and we'll low lunge as we press the hips forward. We'll find that breath again. With our exhale, Hips go back behind as we lengthen out through our left leg. Soften chest to the floor. Inhale, shift forward. Low lunge, arms go up. And we'll move back and forth with the breath. Now keep in mind, with this movement, if it is a lot for your right knee, you can always slide a blanket or a pillow under that knee to help take out some of the pressure. And we can always place the hands on the shoulders instead of reaching them up overhead. With our next inhale, we'll move forward to our low lunge and plant our right hand down beside our left foot. Reach the left arm up towards the ceiling, gentle twist. Good. From here, we're going to find a big movement, tucking our right toes under. We'll pick up our right knee from the mat. As we keep the twist in our spine, we'll lift up from here, finding a revolved crescent lunge. Inhale, we'll bring the chest up forward towards the top of our mat. Exhale, we'll hinge from the waist and reach the arms out in front of the body. Inhale to lift us back up. And we'll open up to our right side for a warrior two. We'll lengthen out through our left leg and bring the hands back behind us. Now we'll press the hips back to the back of our mat. And we will place our right hand along our left forearm and try and straighten out our left arm. Now we'll start hinging forward as we keep our chest open to our right side. And then we'll slowly release the arms, bring our left arm to our left leg and our right arm up, triangle pose. Inhale to float the body back up. Pick up your front toes and we'll pivot them to our side mat. Arms go out wide. Exhale, swan dive the chest forward. Wide-legged forward fold. We'll nod the head yes. And shake the head no. Now we'll walk our hands over to our right foot. And we'll walk through center over to our left foot as we start to pivot around back to our lunge. Pick up the left leg. We'll press it up and back behind. Three-legged dog to our down dog. And we'll wiggle out some more. Now we'll lengthen our right leg back behind. Bring it up to the chest as we shift forward and step the right foot down. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out as we drop our left knee to the mat. Inhale to sit us up in our lunge. We'll find that breath work again. Exhale to our half splits. Inhale, low lunge. Lift the chest up. Exhale, soften the chest forward. With our next inhale, we'll make our way to that lunge and drop our left hand down. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Gentle twist. Now our big movement, we'll drop our left toes down and pick up our left leg. Once we find our balance, we'll slowly pick up our right arm. Keep the chest open. Pick up our left arm. Keep our chest open to our right side. We'll bring the chest up to the top of our mat, crescent lunge. Exhale, hinging from the waist, reaching the arms out in front of the body. With our inhale, we'll lift us back up, circle our left arm around, and drop the foot down for our warrior two. We'll lengthen out through our right leg, bringing both arms around. We'll grab for our right arm with our left hand as we press the hips back behind, extending our right arm long. So as we hinge forward, we're keeping our chest open. We'll slowly untwist the arm. Right arm comes to our right leg, left arm reaches tall to the ceiling. Triangle pose. Inhale, we'll float the body up. Pick up your right toes, wiggle them out, pivot them to our side mat. Exhale, we'll hinge forward, wide-legged forward fold. We'll walk our hands to our left foot. Then walk through center to our right foot as we start to pivot around to our lunge. We'll pick up the right leg, press it up and back behind three-legged dog to our down dog. Pedal out some more. Now we'll shift forward so that our shoulders are over our wrist. We'll bend in the knees and hover the knees over our mat to our floating table or our bear pose. Press down through the fingertips. And we can pause here, keeping the knees up. We can drop the knees down, or we can find a little bit of core work by taking both knees over to one side, back through center, and over to our other side. Finding a little twisting as we rotate side to side. Good. We'll lower the knees down to the mat. Press the chest forward as we lift the eyes and the tailbone up. Exhale, press down through the hands so we can lift tall through the mid-back. as we bring chin to chest and tailbone under. Back and forth with our breath through our cat and cows. We'll come back to our flat back tabletop, and we'll slide our left leg slightly forward and more towards the middle of our mat. We'll pick up our right leg, reach it back behind, and then tuck our right knee into the crook of our left. Drop the foot down. Then we'll press back through the hip, and we can walk the hands a little further out in front and soften the chest towards our legs. We'll press down through the hands to help us lift the chest back up. Pick up the right leg, press it back behind, and we'll drop it down. Lift up the left leg, press it back, and tuck it into the crook of our right leg. We'll gently press the hips back, and we can walk the hands forward to soften the chest towards our legs. Again, we'll press into the hands to help us lift up the left, press it back behind, and set it down. We'll cross our ankles and walk our way back to make our way to a seat. Finding a comfortable seat in your body, whatever that means to you today. And we'll close the eyes. We'll drop the shoulders a little further away from the ears. We'll take a large breath in through the nose and let it go. Another big breath in through the nose and let it go. And one more. Big breath in. And we'll sigh it out. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.